Bill. Phil Collins of Genesis. May have been done before, but hey, Billy Bruford, you're a drummer, stupid. You must know him. I am. You'd have to insult me because you felt insecure about your obscure reference. All right. On last week's podcast, you brought up Mr. Phil Collins in Genesis. You absolutely nailed how incredible Phil is as a drummer. I am an early Genesis fanatic. From Trespass, Nursery Crime, Foxtrot, Selling England by the Pound, and The Lamb Lies Down on Broadway. And he has in parentheses, dude. You know what's funny is I don't know anything about early Genesis. I just know Phil Collins is a fucking amazing drummer. I know that they were a prog rock band, and that Peter Gabriel, who later sung Sledgehammer, gave himself a reverse mohawk at some point when he was in that band. Anyways, he says, that dude, as you may guess, should be Bostonian because it's the best album. Oh, The Lamb Lies Down on Broadway. Dude. That's how that was supposed to be read. All right, well, I'll check that one out. Anyways, he said, when Peter Gabriel left the band in 1975, these guys auditioned singers for months. No one could get it right. So what did old Phil Collins do? He stepped out from behind the drum kit like a badass and took over the role as frontman and drummer. From there, they remained true to their roots for a while. I'd say at least 3 to 4 albums. And until, of course, as you pointed out, the cash cow came along and they climbed aboard the proverbial money train. But that should not discredit these guys. They have my ultimate respect. Yeah, who gives a fuck? And in the end, you finally wanted to get paid and go out and get yourself a fucking station wagon that went 0 to 60 in 3.5 seconds. I totally get that. You know? And Phil Collins kept it real. He never got hair plugs or a toupee. He just held on to that landing strip forever. However, that's not to mention Brand X, which was Phil's jazz fusion side project. That's where his drumming really flourished. The album product is a must. Dude, this is like some hardcore music geek shit, and I'm loving every second of this. Phil always surrounded himself with brilliant drummers. Hey there, Cleo. Bill Bruford there. And Chester Thompson of Zappa fame, not to mention that bitchin' Tarzan theme, right? No, Tarzan theme. Tarzan. Sorry, I've been out here too long. I was thinking Tarzana. Thursday, August 21st, Genesis posted to their official Facebook page a new logo and a promise for exciting news. Some have speculated a possible reunion with the 71 to 75 lineup, including Peter Gabriel and Steve Hackett, which I would come buckets for. Jesus Christ, dude. I don't need that visual. He said, I am a musician, Bill, and I love when you bring up your drumming. You bring your drumming up and music in general. Keep it up. And the Mike and the Mechanics dude's name is Mike Rutherford. How British can you get? Cozy, smug cunt. I love all that type of shit. Do you know, I'm going to do another one of those goddamn comedy jams. I can't figure out what song I'm going to do. But some of the songs I've been messing with have double bass in them, and that's something that when it comes to double bass drumming, I am a snob when it comes to it. I'm actually a cunt when it comes to double bass drumming because I can't do it on any level, but I have some hardcore opinions about it. I don't like when somebody uses it to enhance all their fucking fills around the kit. Just running underneath or just doing the quad thing or whatever. That always annoyed me because it makes you sound, you're doing these Bonham quads, but I don't know, you're kind of cheating. But, however, if you get somebody who actually utilizes it to enhance a groove or even a fill, like I would say Tim Alexander, like some of the drumming that guy's recorded is just, it's astounding. Like I feel like I kind of got into this thing where I felt guys who played single bass drum could play a better groove than somebody that played double bass because they how do I equate? You just had this extra, it's like you had this howitzer underneath you and they just couldn't resist jumping on those fucking things every chance they had to do some insane sounding fill. And I always felt like the guys I just felt like the guys that had the least amount of shit played the best. Like a Steve Jordan. You know, he played a little 4-piece kit. I mean, that guy could literally, you could just give him a hi-hat, a ride cymbal, bass drum and snare, like a Questlove. Same thing. And that guy could get more goddamn music out of it than some guy that has like a 50-piece set. Like, I kind of went into that, and then, there was an element of truth to it, but it was an arrogant, like, mindset. It would be the same thing as it would be like a clean comic is better than a dirty comic, and you're not listening to what they're saying. So I've actually come around now, and there's a bunch of players that I like, but like if there's no groove, I can't get into it. If you're just fucking playing like a zillion miles an hour, like I gotta admit, like those blast beats and that type of thing, that's fucking insane that somebody can do that. But after a while, it's just played so fucking fast. It all sounds the same. Maybe I need to listen to more of it to be able to hear it. But my favorite part in death metal is when the singer, for like half a second, you actually hear what his singing voice really sounds like before he goes back to that type of shit. So, anyways, so I'm fucking around with some of that double bass shit. I'm not going to say what it is because the reveal. Like I guess I wasn't supposed to say that I was going to dress up like Tommy Lee last week. Did I talk about that, by the way? We smashed it, man. We got off to a little rough start. I always fuck up the beginning. But I was psyched because I fucked it up in that I didn't stop when I was supposed to, then restart. But I just kind of kept going. And if you didn't know the song, you wouldn't notice that we fucked up. So I felt good about that. And once again, it took us a second. Then we got on track. It's just kind of hard to come walking out and be doing stand-up and then finish that and then walk behind the kit and then count off a band and not fuck it up at my drumming level. It's a very difficult thing to do.